Good morning. Have you heard the Brexit secretary always talking about being the largest buyer of fridges? Oh, dear old Brexit secretary, sorry about the noise, but dear old Brexit secretary has been buying loads of these. He keeps on telling us. Now, I'm probably going to go out of shot for a minute because I'm just going to get something out of mine, okay? Unusual angle, hardly Stanley Kubrick myself, but I'm collecting something out of my fridge. There's my emergency tag in case I ever pass out through diabetes and things, yeah. And that's what I'm getting out of my fridge, and maybe that's why the Brexit secretary is collecting all these fridges. He's always on about fridges, isn't he? Yeah? That's it. Insulin. Let me close the fridge, and I'll try and do this in one continuous move. Awful filming, I agree, but we can't all be Stanley Kubrick, I guess. Yeah. So, fridges. That's what I'm going to talk about this morning. Fridges. Are you insulin-dependent diabetic? Do you know anyone who's insulin-dependent diabetic? Is your wife diabetic like mine? Is your son, your daughter, the people you're going to work with today, your grandmother, your mother, your father, are they insulin-dependent diabetic? Do they depend on this stuff? Hey, can I offer you some insulin? Insulin and fridges. Every morning I have to inject this stuff. Yeah, take the top off. Syringe, well actually the syringe, the injector pen, just assemble it, put the needle on. Yeah, screw all that on. I'll try and speed this process up a bit. It's only just a bit of flair and demonstration. And then my Novo Nordisk Levermere pen. It's a click count pen, so that when I eventually go blind through the complications, yeah, I can actually hear one click for each unit of dose that I load. I'll zero it, okay? So, back to fridges and back to Mr. Brexit secretary. He's bought all those fridges, surely to store all of our insulin, to stockpile it for when No Deal Brexit happens, because guess what? This stuff is made by Novo Nordisk, and it's made in the country of Norway. It has to come from an EU country. A lot of our insulins and medications come from EU countries. But don't worry, back to the fridge again. Matt, or whoever he is, as biggest buyer of fridges out, he's probably got them all plugged in, and they're going to stuff them with this stuff. Don't worry, diabetics. You won't run out. There'll be loads available. Just one little problem, Matt. You can't stockpile it because it needs to be used within its use-by date. Although you can't see it in any detail, the use-by date is on the pen. Yep, it has to be used by then. Or guess what? Insulin, like cheese and dairy and milk products, goes off. So we still shouldn't worry though, should we? I mean, for crying out loud, Matt's got he's got this incredible distribution train set up, yeah? It's going to be sent over in chilled lorries, and it's going to be like, I don't know, the endless supply chain for the Allies on D-Day. It's going to be like the Pluto pipelines supplying petrol and oil across the channel to the fighting armies. It's going to be Britain at its best. Do you remember we had a Brexit secretary who couldn't even organise ferries from a company that actually had ferries? Do you think our uninterrupted supply chain, diabetics up and down the country, insulin-dependent ones, do you think it's going to remain uninterrupted? Or do you think your fridge is going to run out of your current supply? You're going to go to your doctor. Yeah, naturally your GP or whatever's going to prescribe your next supply. Yeah, they can do that. But when that prescription turns up electronically at the pharmacy, guess what? The pharmacy will have run out. Now, those of you that aren't diabetic may not understand this. Without the insulin, put it very simply, we die. Yeah, we die. We go into a state called ketoacidosis. Google it if you want. We start breaking down our own body fat if we don't inject insulin for food and sugar. And without doing that, our body fat and other things produce harmful chemicals called ketones. They will destroy our kidneys. They'll have a terrible effect on our body. We will literally waste away. Yep. So you think, oh, don't worry, I'll go to hospital. They'll have insulin in the hospital. Well, you'll probably go to hospital in what is already a diabetic coma that they will be most unlikely to be able to get you out of without insulin. So you'll go to hospital, clog up the intensive care units, and there'll be loads of us in there, and we'll just be dying. Yeah, perhaps that's a great way to just reduce the population a bit. Won't end up working till 75 for our pensions because we'll be dead. Yeah, so for crying out loud, don't believe these people. You want your No Deal Brexit, don't you? That's what you want. You really want your No Deal Brexit. Yeah? So you can wave your British flag, you can grasp your No Deal Brexit 50p, you can make Britain great again. Your mother, your father, your son, your grandmother, your grandfather, people that you know who are insulin dependent diabetic and take all varieties of this stuff are going to die waiting on it being delivered. Yeah? That's what you're going to be voting for. Our death. Think about that, and let's try and do something to stop No Deal Brexit, shall we? Would be a good idea.